the last part as well of my Pillars yogurt recipe series. So I'm usually better at baking sweet things, or at least I like to bake sweet things better. So I tried to think of like another savory recipe that I could make today, but I don't know. I'm sort of limited on resources that I have right now because I'm leaving tomorrow. Everything is like use it up before you leave. So instead of a sweet and savory recipe, I have 2 sweet recipes, and they're sort of like desserty, but also, I mean, you could eat dessert for breakfast if you wanted to. Sometimes I do. Without further ado, let's get started. To make the cookie dough, we're gonna start with 1/4 a cup of coconut flour. I'm using the Slap Whey, and I have these travel packs with me, so I have like a leftover half pack of the vanilla and a little less than 1/4 a scoop of the cinnamon swirl, but you could use any protein powder of your choice. Half a teaspoon of psyllium husk powder, 1 tablespoon of coconut sugar, 1/4 a teaspoon of baking powder, 2 packets of truvia, but you can use any sweetener of your choice, a crack of pink salt. Then you want to give all the dry ingredients a mix and then add your wet ingredients. 2 tablespoons of pure almond butter, and I'm using the one from Spread the Love again. Half a teaspoon of pure vanilla flavor or vanilla extract, and I used around 1/4 a bottle of the plain Pillars yogurt. So use a spoon and mix everything until a dough combines, and I added in like about 2 teaspoons of water just to help it mix a bit better. And the chocolate I'm going to be using is this dark chocolate almond pack from Alter Eco. So I'm going to use 4 squares, and you just want to break them up roughly. And since there's no eggs inside of this dough, you could definitely just eat it raw, and it smells really good from the almond butter. And this is the consistency you're looking for. I'm going to be using a silicone mat that I bought from Costco. You just want to take a big dollop of your dough and roll it into a ball, and I got 4 cookies out of this. And then once you roll it into a ball, just flatten it onto your baking sheet. I baked it at 350 degrees for about 6 to 7 minutes. You don't want to over bake it because the residual heat will continue to bake it. So I already tried these cookies because they are like absolutely insane. The key to a good chocolate chip cookie is like more chocolate chips than you need. It should be like half chocolate chip, half cookie. This is probably one of my best cookie recipes, and just look at the chunks. They just get all gooey and melty, and then the inside of the cookie was just so perfect, and we have just like this mound here, and like the outside is crispy and the inside is like soft and chewy, and it tastes like a chocolate chip cookie, like a real chocolate chip cookie. No eggs, no butter, just almond butter, which is full of healthy fats, Pillars yogurt, high in protein, probiotics. You know it's good when the inside has like that sort of dark brown, sort of mushy looking color. Then you know it's like moist on the inside. Wow. You guys need to make these like now. I was really craving one of those like levain cookies that you get in New York. And I bet if you just took like 2 pieces of the dough and combined them into one giant piece of dough and like stuffed it with chocolate chips, you would get that same effect, I swear. For the salted caramel smoothie, we're going to start out with our dry ingredients. 1 teaspoon of maca powder, 1 teaspoon of lucama powder, 1 tablespoon of vanilla adaptogen protein, 1 scoop of collagen peptides. I do have a code for the Further Food brand, Jade 10. Then we're going to move to the kitchen. That's why there's different lighting this entire time. And then I have this chunk of banana that was left over from my pancakes that I didn't use, and I froze it in the skin, which makes it really hard to slice. So you probably want to pre-slice your banana before you freeze it. But after I made this smoothie, I think it tastes better without the banana, so you can also just leave it out. I'm going to use about 1 cup of zucchini that I froze. Then to add more of the salted caramel flavor, and because I need to use this up, I'm using the Enlightened salted caramel ice cream bar, and it's actually really good and really creamy. but I'm just gonna break it up into chunks and throw it into my food processor. And then I'm gonna go in with about half a bottle of the plain pillars, and you can add more or less depending on how thick you want your smoothie to be, and then just blend everything up. If you are repulsed by the zucchini chunks of green, you can just peel the zucchini before you freeze it, and then you shouldn't have that problem. With what I like to call my kind of breakfast, which is dessert for breakfast. And I'm still not over these cookies. I microwaved some of the leftover chunks that I had, and it just smells like a chocolate chip cookie bakery. And then I walk into my room and it smells like chocolate chips. It's such an authentic smell. Unfortunately, I don't have a fancy glass cup. I've made a salted caramel smoothie. Look how creamy it is. You can't taste the zucchini at all. But you can taste the banana, even though I only put a really little banana. I was really surprised. Look at this chunk of cookie. So I was surprised you could taste the banana so much, but I added the banana to make it more creamy. So if you don't like banana, you could just leave the banana out, and I think it'd be just as fine. And you can add liquid or take out liquid depending on how you like it. And there is no ice in this, so it's not gonna get watery. Otherwise, it's really good. And it's particularly good if you take a warm cookie, dip it in, and for the smoothie, this is the protein that I used, adaptogen protein. So it has ashwagandha and reishi mushroom inside. So I was eating, whenever I needed protein powder to make things during finals, I would just use this, and I guess it helped, I don't know, made me less stressed. And then two powders that I used in the beginning, maca powder and lucama. I always thought it was lucama. Turns out it's lucama powder. So I just saw this at TJ Maxx while I was checking out, and I thought I would try it because I've heard that lucama, people use it in recipes to give it a salted caramel taste. But I think if you left it out, it wouldn't be that bad, unless you didn't have the Eat Enlightened bar. I don't know. The smell is sort of fruity, but there's I can get the caramel thing. You could leave it out if you don't have it. And maca, I just really like maca powder because I think it tastes good and it's good for your hormones. I bet you could blend in some of the cookie chunks like this and just have a chocolate chip cookie smoothie. Can you see this? Look at that chunk. You can make a healthy monster shake with these things. Just make it a little thicker. You can even add xanthan gum, but I'm not a huge fan of using xanthan gum because I feel like it messes up my stomach a lot. But if you wanted to, you could, to make it super thick and creamy. Hey guys, I'm back home now, and I realized I forgot to film an outro for the video, but I wanted to say that a really good addition to the salted caramel smoothie would be the Slap Nutrition salted caramel BCAAs, because the salted caramel flavor of those BCAAs is seriously so accurate and on point. So if you add a scoop or you don't have the Eat Enlightened bar, it would be an actual salted caramel shake. I'm not kidding. Thank you guys for following along with all of the Pillars yogurt recipe videos. If you try out any of the recipes, be sure to tag me on Instagram at FitJade. I'd love to see your creations, or if you try out Pillars yogurt. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye!